All right, folks, I hope you're excited because I'm about to kind of interest you for a little bit, hopefully. I guess the audience retention graphs will kind of show whether or not that's the case after we're done here. Let's start off with number 19 on Mildly Interesting, 35-cent surprise soda machine. Oh, you only have to pay 35 cents and gives you a random one? Wait, that's such a good deal. I mean, it's all sugar. In the end, you can't really go all that wrong, could you? Are there any sodas that I don't really like? No, nothing in particular. I'm pretty flexible when it comes to sugary sweet things. So, wow. Dude, last I looked at a vending machine, there are ones that are like $2.50 for a soda. And I'm like, man, back in my day, I remember when everything was at most $1. And then my mom would be like, yeah, well, I remember when it was like 5 cents. God, yeah, it is crazy expensive. 35 cents? That's a deal. That's like 90% off, depending upon the vending machine. This quarter and its real life correlates. Huh? Oh, I've never actually heard that term used before. I'm not educated. I dropped out of school. Okay, that's kind of cool. Was this one of those 50 state quarters, I guess? Dude, I was so into trying to collect those when they were doing that whole run of each state gets its own quarter. And what was it, like 5 per year for 10 years or 10 a year for 5 years? I can't remember exactly, but I was all about that. My mom even got me one of those, I don't know, a cardboard plaque or something where you could slot in each state's quarter until you got all 50 of them after the run was over. I don't think I ever fully completed it. It might have been 10 years because I think I lost interest. It's kind of a bummer that I abandoned ship midway through. I think it's just like now there are too many quarters in circulation for me to realize, oh, this is one that I don't have. That was the problem, you know? My above ground pool has a 13-foot deep pit. That's kind of a strange concept. So it's like you took an above ground pool, but then you decided that you'll also kind of make it an in-ground pool. You'll just dig that one pit out like a solid 8 feet into the ground while the rest of the pool is 5 feet out of the water. It's like at that rate, I don't know, you may as well just dig into the ground and make it a submerged pool. Although I guess maybe it's like you can't because of pipes that are laid down, so you have to do it above ground. That's why you did it that way. I wonder if that's custom made, because it's kind of interesting that a company would be like, you know what we should do for our above ground pools? Make one where they have to dig really, really deep. No diving board, just really deep. No particular reason why, just so that you can tread water if you want. It's good exercise, whereas you can stand in the rest of it. So we'll do that. My new set of sheets came with a handy little pocket. It's kind of handy, except I don't think I would use that. There's something about that just, I don't know. I'd roll onto it or something and it'd be like, oh, that's my remote control in there. I guess it'd be good for a remote control, but then my cell phone is on my desk. I don't really use my TV remote control in my bedroom all that often. Occasionally I'll watch something on one of the apps on the TV, but I don't use it that regularly. I go through phases, actually. I'll have like a couple months where I use it a lot, and then I'll not use it for like 6 months, and then I'll get back into it due to some TV show and get in the habit again. It doesn't hurt to have it. I just probably wouldn't use it. That's all. But it's a cool idea. This picture I took of 2 swans. It looks like one swan with a smaller second head. It's like a damn unicorn swan, except the horn has like a sentient head. God, that's incredible. That blends in perfectly. That could so easily be Photoshopped too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to call out things on the internet as sometimes not being true. I want to believe it's true. There is a shadow back there as well. So if that was Photoshopped, you really incorporated all the details. This bathroom that has an encouraging picture instead of a mirror. You look great. No, actually, I just want to know what I look like. This doesn't help me at all. I could actually be Jabba the Hutt and it would still say that I look great. Can I have a mirror instead? I try not to be too vain, but it's sometimes nice to just check that you don't have anything in your teeth. If you're at a restaurant or something like that and you're just eating a salad with a lot of little greens in it and you're like, I feel something in my teeth. I just want to check, but no, you're just going to tell me I look great. You haven't even pointed out the salad in my teeth, which I appreciate when people do that. Cool. The sun coming through my windows almost looks like a UFO beam. That's pretty cool, actually. Oh God, if only it were like slightly more centered. Also though, I have this feeling that this could have been a case where you live here, right? This is your window, you say. You might know that this beam of light happens every day at a particular time of day. And then you're like, you know what would be cool is if I get this poster with a UFO and it kind of looks like a tractor beam, and then I line it up just right, I mount the poster there, and then every day it's going to look like there's a tractor beam coming out of the UFO. So you might have reverse engineered this. I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions here, but it's very well lined up. That's all I'm trying to say. These taxidermy stuffed animals. That's kind of cool, actually. Although I'm sure for anyone who actually likes the style of having a head mounted on their wall, they're probably not going to substitute it for a stuffed animal. But I suppose for those people, if they have kids and they want to pass along their enthusiasm for animal heads on walls to their kids, they could get one of these stuffed animal heads. It's kind of a clever idea. Also, I suppose for someone who is, I don't know, vegetarian or vegan, it's kind of a satirical thing. So it's interesting. Mildly interesting, I suppose. This flower looks like deep space. It does. It's pretty cool. You know, the one thing that's kind of a bummer about photos of deep space is that oftentimes they're artificially colored. And it's like, I want to know what things actually look like, but I guess we don't have the ability necessarily to take imagery that also incorporates all the colors, or they get distorted. I forget what the actual scientific reason is, but still, it's like, oh, I want it to look that cool, but I know that there's been some post-production on it. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this flower. This flower probably actually looks like that. This is one of those where I don't think there's a conspiracy around it. I think it's actually a picture of a flower. It's just a cool looking flower. I'm just saying, though, that the deep space photos that look similar to this, oftentimes artificially colored. The mailbox for this construction office is a crane. That's pretty cool. That's a cool DIY project. Looks like they made that themselves. I guess there probably aren't too many like mailbox stand manufacturers who are out there in the market or trying to tap into the market of crane manufacturers who want mailboxes for their office buildings. It's an untapped market though. If you're out there and you make mailboxes, maybe this is a market that you want to explore. Not even if you make mailboxes, if you make mailbox holders and mounts. It'd be like an oddly specific kind of thing to manufacture. That'd probably be like a subsidiary of another bigger manufacturing company, if I'm being logical about it. But I don't even know if it exists. Potentially an untapped market. This mannequin from a World War II themed museum in Normandy looks like Bruce Willis. It does. I suppose it could have actually been modeled after Bruce Willis. That's a possibility, depending upon when it was made. Or, dude, I bet if you look back through history, there are images, there's artwork, there's someone that looks like you. You have a historical doppelganger, if not many of them. Because you don't just have a doppelganger somewhere out there in the world today. You have had many throughout history. And if you're able to find one, then that's pretty cool. So yeah, and also I think I've seen some thing of Keanu Reeves. Like how Keanu Reeves is like a joke that he doesn't age. But then there was actually an old Renaissance painting that looks exactly like him. And they like used it to perpetuate the meme. It's pretty great. But this person could have actually looked like that. Maybe it's Bruce Willis's great grandpa detached by, could just be his grandpa. Guess it wasn't that long ago. My local library offers a class on how to use Reddit. Introduction to Reddit. Learn how to navigate the Reddit website, search for interesting topics, join groups, and interact with other people. Wow. I mean, I don't know. The whole point of web design is to create something where it's a fairly intuitive user experience for a first-time user. That's part of why people are hired and paid money to design websites, is so that you don't have to do that. Although with the new layout of Reddit, which I don't use in my videos because it kind of defeats the purpose of them because all the images are just laid out in line, maybe you need some help because of that. But just go to old.reddit.com and then you'll find the good stuff. Back to the original. God, I hope they don't get rid of old.reddit.com or I will be in trouble. Hour and a half. All right. Well, I don't think this is catered towards people our age, probably. So you know what? Maybe it's a great tool for some people. My neighbor has two of the same car painted exactly opposite of each other. Yeah. It would completely defeat the purpose if you had two of the same car painted the exact same color. Well, it depends. If you're going like super hardcore collector and you want to have one that you maintain sitting in your garage, low mileage, and then you can flip it down the road, and then you have another that you actually drive all over the place, I suppose it would make sense to have two of the exact same one. I heard someone told me that they went to a Porsche dealership recently. They saw a GT2 RS that was on the floor waiting for delivery, and apparently the guy who got that one also got another identical one for exactly that reason. But whatever floats your boat, I suppose. I paid a lot over MSRP on them, but I can understand this as a car person. Nothing wrong with that. The tilt of the cruise ship makes it look like the water isn't obeying the law of gravity. I don't even know if I should say what my first thought is. Nope. Not gonna say what my first thought is. But more than half of the population watching this video is like, I get it. Also, it's slightly yellow tinted. That's a thing going on. Someone in the comments is gonna say what I'm thinking here. Wait for it. There we go. That happens sometimes when men wake up in the morning. Glad somebody said it. You can see the number 8 between the diamonds on this 8 card. Oh, in the net. Oh, wait, how have I never? I've looked at a playing card so many times in my life. I must have seen an 8 of diamonds card in front of my face like 1,000 times at least. I don't have a gambling addiction, I swear to God. I was just like, you've probably seen playing cards, playing games at some point in your life. And for some reason that has never clicked. And now I'll never be able to unsee it. Like, it's right. Look at the figure 8. If you have never really paid attention, seen that before, now that's all you're going to be able to see forevermore. You're going to look at the 8 card. Is that on purpose? Or is that just a really happy accident? Bob Ross would be so pleased. This has changed my view on life. Thank you, Mildly Interesting. This might be the most revolutionary post I have ever seen here on this subreddit, or ever, for that matter. Something I've seen so many times. Wow. Unbelievable. Oh my God. I found a triple banana. Jesus, dude. I'm pretty sure that you have now become like the king of the jungle. I think there's a law somewhere that states that like he who finds the triple banana doth rule all that lies before him in the wilderness, except if you bought that at the grocery store, it's just wasted on you. Like, if you had found that in the wild and you had consumed it, you would have gotten some, I don't know, superpowers or something, and it just magically all the animals would like stare at you in awe and bring you tributes and respect you, and you would be able to live the rest of your life there, protected by nature. You would never have to, worry about fetching food again. The animals would prepare, they'd like chew and regurgitate their food for you. But this doesn't look very natural, the background, so that's unfortunate. You missed that opportunity. This picture of my parents never actually happened, but 2 separate photos that fit perfectly together. Huh. It's like a picture taken in the same model car at the exact same angle. That's pretty cool. This is very mildly interesting. I wonder how they even, I pulled the 2 photos out at the same time in their photo albums. They're like, wait a minute, these kind of fit together. Wouldn't it be funny if they're each pictured with an X of theirs? So yeah, both of them, he's driving around his girlfriend. She's being driven around by her boyfriend. They just cover each other up. Just cut the photo out. We'll just put them together. We'll make it a new scene. And just erase those memories. I just got a full tank of gas for under $3 because someone screwed up the decimal place. Well, you have a deal even if they didn't screw up the decimal place. All my gas around here is at minimum for premium, we're talking $1 more than that per gallon. And then some gas stations, $1 more than that. You can get up to $4.79 for premium at certain gas stations. There's 2 in particular, and it's really bizarre because you go a mile in any direction, it drops by $1. These ones in particular, though, it's not like some crazy full serve BS. It's just, no, we'll just charge $1 more. But you $2.79? My God. Where do you live, sir? Where do you live? You probably shouldn't tweet this. They're gonna come after you. Whoever's gas station this is, they're gonna recognize it and bill you retroactively. I don't know. It's a set of precedent. It's no, you're not. We're a massive oil company. We cannot have this taking place. We're gonna set an example. So no one ever does this ever again. Godspeed, sir. Found a travel brochure from the World Trade Center while cleaning out my house. The closest some of us will ever get to heaven. World Trade Center, New York. I guess that's mildly interesting that is there. I think I mentioned before in videos, my dad was in New York when that happened. Fortunately, not in the buildings. Anyway, so I guess mildly interesting indeed. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for coming out, watching another video. I hope you were kind of okay, entertained-ish. Anywho, that'll do it. Make sure to like the check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of these videos. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to listen to music playing in the background right now, link is in the outro over on Mirror Music. I'll see you next time.